to my spiritual journal with me, with your soul sister, Iona made, I believe it is day 76 of my spiritual journal with me. So today is what I call Spiritual Freedom Saturdays. So if you are new to me, then we're going to be talking about spiritual business success without doing busy work, without being broke, and without experiencing burnout, because we don't want that for you. So this spiritual journal with me, I use a journal. So if you've got a journal, pen and paper, great. If you haven't, then go grab one, as I do a little bit of an intro before we jump into the episode. So this is what I call the Soul Legacy Journal. It's a notebook and it's 365 days of your spiritual awakening story. That is where I came into really using this tool as spiritual journaling with me through my dark night of the soul, multiple that decade of the soul, to be honest, and to just record my journey. It's just been a really beautiful journey, to be fair. It's not always been easy, but this is a tool that I've used for following through on my daily practices and my daily rituals and routines, so that I could launch, lead, and leave my soul legacy and do it with ease, grace, and flow. So this is what I use. I call it a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. So this is my journal, where I say your soul legacy is every life you impact, influence, or impress upon, and every soul client, soul family, and soul tribe you touch, because soul expansion begins with you. And so I am the host of, and it says on the back of there, the #1 Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit, where I interview fellow spiritual YouTubers on YouTube, obviously, about their spiritual awakening story. And we have the Spiritual Alchemy giveaway and the Spiritual Ascension after show party. So if you are new to me, I will leave all of the details in the description and the pinned comments for you. The season that where I interview is October through to April, live on the SoulLegacyTV YouTube podcast. So consider subscribing so you don't actually miss the live. And so it is the 2 middle Wednesdays of the month. I call them Binge Watch Wednesdays at 9 a.m., 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. UK time. I'm also, because it's Spiritual Freedom Saturday, I have a Spiritual Awakening co-author book series. So if you want to share your spiritual awakening story, share how you have gone through your awakening through that dark decade, dark night of the soul. I went through a dark decade. It's not a night at all. But how your journey has unfolded spiritually, spiritual growth. You can share whichever story you like for that co-author book series. It is for my students in the Soul Legacy Academy who, so if you're watching this in the Soul Legacy Academy, you can jump on our monthly calls and you can come over to the Spiritual Ascension after show party as well. So I am gifting a spot for the co-author book series for my bootcampers. So much bootcampers, not for everyone, and 5 pages for up to 5 pages for my masterminders. So it's 7 years annually, October through to April, and we launch on the 6th of May, which is my son's birthday. I dedicate my work to my son, Daniel Samuel Mead. So let's jump into this episode of Spiritual Freedom Saturday. So if you are new to me, every single day, I've got my pink t-shirt, pink top on today. Usually it's purple for Spiritual Freedom, but I was just recording in my office. I was doing my 5-day YouTube from scratch challenge. Day 4 planning, and I've just realized just how much has unfolded since actually doing the 5-day challenge and since having the idea. So I set a vision with my spiritual vision board challenge, and if you have not taken my spiritual vision board challenge, I invite you to do that. Again, I'll leave the information in the cards and in the comments and in the description down below. And so I did my oh wow. Okay. Is the light blown? Oh wow. Did you see that? I did my spiritual vision board challenge. That's my ring light that's gone on off. And I've said this once before and I don't think it's gonna go on. But I had an incident with a light in my kitchen. I was on the phone to my ex, my twin flame, a while ago when I actually first did the spiritual. Yeah, I don't know, the lighting's really bad now, but when I first did, got the idea to do my summit, my YouTube summit, and the light went off as I was speaking. I was on a video call. I happened to go in the kitchen for some unknown reason. Something told me goes in the kitchen. There's something. That's really weird. And it feels really weird. It feels really spacey. And the light went off. It just went poof, like off, like not a pop, like not like blown out or anything. And I was like, and it felt like this. It felt a lot like this. That this is like lingering. And wow. And I said, if it's my son, he'll just switch up the light back on. And literally, and I actually had time to say, oh my gosh, did you see that? And if it was him, he'd switch it back on. And then it went on. I was like, oh my gosh. So I don't know if my ring light just goes. I don't know if it pops. I'm not sure. But that was just really weird. Okay, so spiritual freedom. Don't know what I was saying before that happened. But if you want to be part of the co-author book series, you can. No, not necessarily you can. You get what I mean. So spiritual freedom. On this, this is going to be a quick live. How about that? So as part of my spiritual journal, me, I talk about all things spiritual, all things spiritual business, success as you launch, lead, and leave your soul legacy. So I want to pull the card for today. I've got a book that I read today. I usually read a book. I usually talk about raising your vibrational frequency. I usually talk about your vision for freedom, your values for freedom, and your vibration of freedom. And I wanted to wear my pink top today rather than my purple one, just because I was recording, and I realized just how much has unfolded, how much when you do a spiritual vision board, that you know, the universe just fills it in for you, fills it in with experiences. And I first did that challenge in 2020 when the world was like going crazy, and I'm re-recording it, and I'm like, oh wow, so much has happened in that time, including doing these daily vlogs because they were not a thing then. So it's really beautiful. So let me share with you. That's just really put me off. Let me share with you. I'm going to have to get another ring light. I have got another one, but I'm going to literally have to order another ring light today so it comes for me. So this is by Keepers of the Light by Carl Gray. And I've got a switch here. It's just, I'm waiting for it to go off. It's not going off. Okay. And maybe by stroke of magic it might go. Literally, did it just pop? Okay, that's weird. If a light is blown, it doesn't just go out, right? Unless it's just I'll see if I can. I won't knock my live over. Okay, this is a card by Keepers of the Light, really put me off, by Odin, Psychic Insight. So the book that I've been listening to is called Your Psychic Pathway, Guiding Wisdom of Your Soul. And that's a book by Sonia Shoka, which I'm going to talk about in a second. And then we're going to do the Bank 50K 50 Days Challenge, obviously, with the vibrational money voucher. But like when I shuffle these cards, I'm like, well, it's Spiritual Freedom Saturday or whatever day it is. I talk about freedom in every single area of your life. Mondays, contribution freedom. Tuesdays, health freedom. Wednesdays, emotional freedom. Thursdays, environmental freedom. I'm like freaked out. Relationship freedom on a Friday, and spiritual freedom on a Saturday, which is today, and financial freedom on a Sunday, which we do Bank 50K in 50 days. So we bring spirituality into all areas of your life. And so with the daily cards, I'll say whichever freedom it is, and usually the card is just like really, really super aligned. So this one was psychic insight, and I was like, oh wow. So it is spiritual freedom. So I'm going to read it. It says, your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So before I read all of the cards, so if you are new to me, we have Robin Knott, our lead soul guided instructor for the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network and the SoulLegacyAcademy.com. And Robin's usually on the lives, and I've gone later on my live today. And if I'd have gone at the time when my live is, Robin would have still missed it because she said she got up late today, which I think is hilarious. She woke up, she's like, did I miss Iona's live? And she didn't. And so Robin will probably comment on the replay. She did say, excuse me, I'll catch you on the replay. So Robin talks about on the Energy Healing TV podcast about unblocking your chakras and like anything that to do with energy. And today is aligning, when you align your chakras. So Robin talks about the 7 main chakras that align with your spine. And so today it is, in Robin Knott's world on the Energy Healing TV, it is third eye chakra or brow chakra healing Saturdays. So Robin supports you in aligning and clearing your energy, cleansing your energy, healing your energy, all your experiences that you've had that might just be blocking your path to manifesting the life and business that you really want as a light worker. Robin supports you in that. So it is brow chakra or third eye chakra Saturdays. And so I bought some chakra crystals for when Robin did her 7 days to unblock your chakras challenge. So it's on her YouTube channel. You can go for that anytime. And the crystal is the amethyst for today. I just want to mention that so I don't actually forget. So psychic, third eye, see you true, follow your intuition, all the things. I'm like, okay, it is really a spiritual freedom Saturday. So I'm going to read this for this card. You see the card? All right. So spiritual journal with me. This is great because you just notice all the things, right? We just notice all the things. And I haven't done my rating today, but I will. So Odin is the Norse All-Father God who is revered to the present day. He is a powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing God. His twin flame is Freya, and like her, he has a raven totem. The story goes that he surrendered one of his eyes at a mystical spring called Mimaya, so that he could gain the wisdom of ages. He is a strong but somewhat wild character who helps us reawaken our natural psychic instincts and open our third eye so that we can look beyond the physical senses and into the spiritual realms. Okay. He also had, it was really flat, which it shouldn't, because that's just a light. It's weird. He also helps us recognize that it's okay to have insights into what's happening next. After all, we are the creators of our path. Odin guards the runic alphabet too and works closely with signs, symbols, and omens. Now, I've worn my pink today. I was like, I just don't feel like wearing purple. I'm going to wear pink. I wear pink. I wear purple every single Saturday for my lives, right? And then I looked up the spiritual meaning of pink, and it says about unconditional love and joy, just a joyful color. And then it says if you've got pink in your aura, then it's a balance between the material and the spiritual. I was like, okay. I just felt to wear it. So the extended message: you are being encouraged to look beyond what your physical eyes are showing you. You are encouraged to look beyond what your physical eyes are showing. Lots of things are coming to mind, but one thing mainly is coming to mind. I'm like, okay, cool. Look within and follow your intuition or psychic visions. You may want to plan ahead at this time. It's important to keep your mind and energy focused on the best possible outcome. Absolutely. And with the Bank 50K 50 days challenge, all the things. There will be signs and symbols from the light to tell you that you are on the right path. Be aware of winged beings gracing your path as a wink from Odin and the light keepers to say that you are, they are honoring your work. So I believe that is for me. I believe that is for you. Amazing. I'm literally going to make this a really short live because I'm literally freaked out. Just saying. So the book for today is, again, Your Psychic Pathway, right? By a lady called Sonia Choquette, Guiding Wisdom of Your Soul. And so I talked about last week on Spiritual Freedom Saturday, that she was developing her intuition and her psychic abilities through her mother had shown her, and her mother was like in the war from the age of, I think, 11, 12 to 15. And she was following that voice that helped protect her to get her through all those years. And times when she was escaping, then times that she'd been recaptured, all the things. And then today, as I listened, and I was about to walk to the shop to get some stuff because I'm fasting. And I was like, oh, well, I've been listening to music on my runs and on my walks. I haven't been listening to my Audible books, which I usually would when I walk, but when I run, it kind of is a bit harder to listen to it. So I was like, should I take my headphones? Oh no, I'm going to go into the shop. It's not that far. I was like, the something told me, get the headphones. So I was like, okay, I'll get the headphones. I didn't strap it to my arm. I just carried my phone. And I was like, well, I don't have any notes for today. Like, I won't be able to note take as I walk. And I was like, I'll remember it. It's fine. So I walked to the shop and I listened to this next part of the book, only a very short part, because I knew that I didn't have any notes. And so, following on from the war and like being guided through that, actually coming out the other side, like just being just really guided. I think it's like 3 times that her mum, Sonia Choquette's mum, fled in the war and hid and stuff, and it got her through. And she found a town and she like found a home and stuff, and it was just really beautiful the way that it was described. Of she wanted to thrive and she wanted to find friends, and she found a home, she found a place just by intuition, just being guided, but who to trust. And then the person that she was on this journey with, I don't know who exactly it was, but they said the war had ended and the American soldiers had kind of liberated these camps and stuff. And there was a particular soldier, and she said, she's like, looked at him and she's like, one day he's going to be my boyfriend. And the person that she was with said, why would you even say that? Like, look at you, like you're an urchin girl kind of thing, and like, why would he look at you, basically? And she's like, well, we'll see. And I don't know how long it had passed, but she'd kind of try and do her hair a little bit. She like looked like, you know, she had army clothes, army boots on, kind of thing. Not as attractive as she probably would, or appealing. So she went about her business, tried to style herself a little bit. And one day this soldier was driving past her, and she's like, Sonia Choquette's mum's like, this is the day. This is the day he's going to notice me. This is the day. And she saw him coming, driving down the street, and she stepped over a little bit, and there was a puddle, and he drove straight past her through this puddle and absolutely drenched her with like mud, just head to toe. And Sonia Choquette's mum was like, just screaming at him and waving her fists, and this urchin girl in the street like shouting at this soldier, who do you think you are? Blah, 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 blah. In the book, she cuts to not like he came back and then they did this and then they did that. She just cut to the story of that man became my father. That man is my father. So she said he's going to be my boy. He ended up being that voice, that guidance, right? And so, and then he took her back to America, and obviously they had whatever family, and Sonia gets there to tell the story. I love that. So I was bringing spirituality in all areas of your life, and I talk about on Friday spiritual dating, awakened soulmates, marriage CV, and that is just beautiful. That's a beautiful story. And I'd gone out on a date, and I'm actually like speaking, I'm going to be recording my spiritual dating, and I'd gone out on a date, and I'll tell the full story, but not here. And I just had that impression left on me. I will be, for me, I'm dating for marriage, not dating for messing about. Like, I'm just not. And I just had that essence. And you know, when you get signs and synchronicities, is that saying? And it's just like that pathway that's leading me and leading me and leading me. And I'm just like, just so fully ready to embrace that. And I'm just like, wow, that just feels absolutely amazing when we follow our intuition. And she followed her intuition all the way through the war, like years and years and years. And it's just an absolute beautiful story. And I invite you to look at what I call the 7 freedoms. So this is Spiritual Freedom Saturday, and it feels a bit weird because I've got a pink top on and not purple. Bringing spirituality into just noticing those nudges and that guidance and that filling in and the signs and the synchronicities, right? And clearing your energy so you can hear it and feel it. The spirituality into your contribution freedom. As I was saying, that I was doing my recording, and I wanted to finish it last week, and I didn't, and I took time off throughout this week. I took the Wednesday off, and I went out on a date. I'm just like, I'm like not gonna do it. And then the Thursday, I kind of like, it took me a bit more time, excuse me, to get back into it. And now it's Saturday. I did some yesterday, I did some today, and it's like the guidance of recording. I didn't need to record before I did today. It's just beautiful. Doing the planning, bringing the spirituality into my contribution. I'm guided by the ease, grace, and flow of my soul. I don't force things. I lead my day. I launch my day, lead my day, and leave my day with that essence, that guidance. I call it ease, grace, and flow. It's so beautiful. With my health, I'm just guided. Like, it's just so magical. With my emotions, we talk about emotional freedom, just bringing that and knowing that we're vibrating, not the lower vibrations. We do sometimes, we have contrast of fear and grief and powerlessness and victimhood, and to the higher vibrations of love and freedom and joy and knowledge. And I love it. I just love bringing that spiritual essence. And when I went on my date, he was aware, like I wanted to date a conscious man, and I'm on that pathway. Like, every person that I talk to, I don't talk to that many people, I only talk to one person at a time. And so I'm just like, wow, like the people that I've been speaking to of late, and I was mentioning a guy that I was talking to, just really, really conscious. I've been talking to him for months, and we hadn't met, and I just had that deep connection, that soulmate connection, because we have many. And then someone that I'd matched who did fasting and did took care of himself, and did meditation and cycling, and just had read the book. Like, Iona Van Zandt is my favorite author. So I was on the phone for about 90 minutes, and I was just like, I didn't like the way that he spoke about and to women, to me. I'm like, that's a no. But it was really nice to see, you know, own home, just really lovely to just be guided on my path. And I'm trusting and bringing that spiritual element into my dating, bringing the spiritual element into my environment, bringing the spiritual element into my finances in the Bank 50K 50 Day Challenge. I want to know if you are guided. And so I talk about in my book, The Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul guided influence compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. Soul guided influences. There are many influencers out there in the industry, and for the spiritual community, it's stepping up as being an influencer, to have that influence in the world, we always want to make a difference, right? And so to be guided by our soul, to bring that spiritual essence, to look through at the world through the lens of your soul, rather than being pushed and pulled by the humanness, rather than just what we see. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful journey. I love it. So I'm going to talk about gratitude. And so the way that I do, and then we'll do the Bank 50K in 50 days and wrap up. So the way that I do gratitude for the 7 freedoms, I call them the intentional living codes for launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day, and doing it with ease, grace, and flow, doing it with intention, doing it with the intention of your soul, what you've come on this earthly plane to express, right? And so for me, setting intentions, goals, setting the energy forth is beautiful. And so I say gratitude every single day. So we say gratitude on the Soul Legacy Journal, on the Soul Legacy TV, YouTube podcast, on the Soul Legacy Journal, using it in your spiritual journal. You can use these as spiritual journal prompts. So I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate it. And I'm actually able to say that even though I've been through a lot of losses, I've had a lot of losses in my life, and I've had a lot of experiences. And let me know what your experiences are for your spiritual awakening, right? So can you say that you're happy and you're grateful and you appreciate? If you're going through a dark night of the soul, spiritual awakening, it might not feel like that. If you're on this spiritual ascension journey, you're like, yes. If you're alchemizing your spiritual journey, you'll be like, absolutely, you know? So I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate whatever experience it is for all of the 7 freedoms. So it's Spiritual Freedom Saturday, but we want to bring in all of the freedoms, all areas of our life, and be grateful for them. So we want to say that I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I appreciate something to do with your contribution, your light work and your lifestyle, your health, your emotions, your environment, your relationship, your spiritual freedom, and your financial freedom. And sometimes people say to me, I don't even know, like this, like my life kind of sucks in all of these areas. How can I be grateful? So what I'd invite you to do, as well as I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I appreciate, is a spiritual journal prompt for each of these 7 freedoms every single day, whether you write it down or you soul speak it into existence, I call it. I have my gratitude stone, which is a love heart, which my daughter Mia bought me. She gave it to me as a gift, and we used to say gratitude. My kids would pass around the gratitude stone. I've done it with partners as well. Just be grateful every single day. You want to say, if you can't think of anything to be really super grateful for, you can say something that you're grateful for in the past, or something that you're grateful for in the present, or something that you're grateful for in the predicted future, like a thanks in advance. So when I do the Spiritual Vision Board Challenge, we bring the essence of all of your vision. So I've had my vision to do my 5-day YouTube from Scratch Challenge. I didn't know 2 years on, I'd re-record it again. So much has happened. So I'm grateful in the past that I did it as my contribution, grateful in the present because I'm able to record it, and grateful in the future because it's a passive income stream. I'm like, yes. Do you know what I mean? So I'm super happy and grateful and appreciate my journey unfolding and being able to schedule out my spiritual business for the next 7 years and beyond. Boom, done. Like, and have that as a passive income stream. It's huge, 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 huge. And trust that the journey is unfolded for me with the signs, the synchronicities, all the things, right? So write down in your spiritual journal what you're happy, grateful, and appreciate based on the 7 freedoms. So the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, the Soul Legacy Journal, is a magical journal. It is a spiritual journal, right? So I will have the Call of the Book series, which will look like this on Amazon, and then I have the journal notebook. So this is a blank notebook which I write in every single day for my Soul Legacy Journal to make notes. And then if I have something else that I want to just want to write notes on, then I'll write them in here, and that becomes my Soul Legacy Journal. My writing is not neat, but it's all good. So the Soul Legacy Journal is a magical journal, and it gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day for you to make memories. So a lot of spiritual business owners, as light workers, we have money blocks, right? It's like, oh, if you're up leveling, it's like telling a money story that's not cool. Old stories that rich people are greedy, all the things right down in your spiritual journal. If you have any thoughts and feelings about money, right? Banking 50k in 50 days. Robin Nutt of the Energy Healing TV. My voice. Energy Healing TV and YouTube podcast. That has a 5-day money blocks clearing challenge. She calls it a self-love journey to financial freedom for empaths and light workers. So like do that if you're like, oh, I can't bank 50k in 50 days, even if it is vibrationally. So it's the energy of that spiritual energy of money. So Robin Knott talks about that in great detail. So, excuse me, when we're talking about banking 50k in 50 days, if you do the spiritual vision board challenge with me, then you'll have more clarity on what you'd like to spend your money on. And so it won't be that, oh, I couldn't possibly spend that money on, or like why would you want that amount of money? So I invite you to bank 50k in 50 days with me vibrationally, and then we do it in the visible world. We build a spiritual business that can handle that. So this vibrational money voucher is there to support you in transitioning from a poverty consciousness to what I call a prosperity consciousness. And so I was homeless, I was bankrupt, I was all the things because I had money blocks, and because I went on a journey where I needed to awaken through bankruptcy, really. So that I knew that money was a good energy. It's not a bad energy. It's not bad. It's neutral. It's what we make it. And so part of us doing the vibrational money voucher and banking 50k in 50 days is setting the energy to tithe. So we tithe 10% of that £1,000, dollars, or euros that the Soul Legacy Journal gives you every single day. So I tithe 10% to a worthy cause called Cruise Bereavement Care. And so when you have money, you're able to tithe, you're able to donate, you're able to do these amazing things. So don't block off like, oh, well, that's money, and money is energy. It's just energy. And you know that, and I know that, right? And we can do greater things with it. And we can have that time, money, and energy freedom to live our life the way that we actually want to, right? Spend our time the way that we want to. So that's what you can do. So we tithe 10% to a worthy cause. What is your worthy cause? Write that down in your spiritual journal. Like, act as if you're actually tithing that for real. And you don't get to spend it on bills, because I want you to come from the energy that all your bills are taken care of. And then have that experience, live it. And then you make memories with the 900 every single day. If you don't want to spend your vibrational money every single day because you're like, dude, I don't want to focus on money every single day. But if there's something that comes up through the week and you don't feel like you have the money for it right there and then spend your vibrational money voucher. That is the challenge for 50 days. And so when you spend your vibrational money voucher, you can do it every day or carry over the remaining balance if you spent some of it. By Financial Freedom Sunday, you spend it or you lose it. So on Financial Freedom Sunday, which is tomorrow for me right now, I will come onto the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast and actually spend my vibrational money voucher on Sunday. So if you are not subscribed to the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast, then subscribe. Invite a fellow light worker in to talk about spiritual business success without doing busy work, without being broke, and without experiencing burnout, so we can do the Bank 50k 50 days challenge together. And click the like button, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe to the channel and click the notification button so you get notified when I go live, when I do the Bank 50k 50 days challenge, because why would you not? So if you want to do that with me in the visible world, I have the Spiritual YouTubers Masterclass, Bank 50k in 50 days challenge. So we're doing it vibrationally, the vibrational money voucher, so you get to try that on and actually make memories. Like, who would you be with that 50k in 50 days? Like, hello, 7k in a week. Like, people dream of winning the lottery, right? So this is manageable money. So we build a business model on the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass. I talk about it and I invite you to work with me if you want to, see if it's a soul match. to build a spiritual business model that is leveraged, like that brings passive income stream. So I talked about recording my 5-day YouTube from scratch challenge, which is $55. It's a passive income stream. Banking 50k in 50 days doesn't mean outpricing your YouTube soul tribe. It doesn't mean charging people 100 grand. It doesn't mean any of that. It means being in alignment with being a light worker and contributing on to the planet, like contributing your transformation. And when you do YouTube, you can reach a lot more people so that you want to have a passive income stream. So if you want to sign up for the 5-day YouTube from scratch challenge as a result of watching a video or watching me be on TV, on YouTube, on radio, on one of my articles, all the things as I get myself out there on my summit, then you can. And I can be off doing whatever I'm doing is a passive income stream. So the Bank 50k in 50 days challenge, we build a spiritual business model where you have several levels of income. So mine are $55, $555, 5,000, right? And then so that 2 passive income streams. My book is a passive income stream. My notebook, my journal is a passive income stream. I have merch. I have a 7 the 7 Freedoms frequency call-in gym, which is $77 a month. It's a Bootcampers bonus, a Masterminders bonus. Do you know what I mean? It's like I teach you to build your spiritual business in a way that feels amazing. Doesn't outprice anyone, but you can also charge a higher price point, do a retreat, all the things. It's just beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I do the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass live on the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. It's a 4-hour training. And then I invite you to download my book, a free chapter of my book. Again, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a Soul-Guided Influencer's Compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube, because why would you not want to do that? And with the book, you can either download a chapter of the book, pre-order it, or order it, right? And so it's on pre-order for a year. And then you can do the launch day with me on the 6th of May. I dedicate my work to my son, Cruz Bereavement Care. And what else have I got? I've got a free chapter VIP day. I never wanted anybody to be outpriced who needed my services. So I actually added that rather than a one-on-one enrollment call or a breakthrough session. I actually do a 50-day, no, every 50 days I do that VIP day. And I will share with you how to start, structure and grow your spiritual YouTube channel and launch it online on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book. My book went to #1 on Amazon on pre-order a week after I launched it. It's like, yay. I have helped others be #1 bestsellers. So I talk about Lindsay Austin. So thank you, Lindsay, for allowing me to be part of your journey. Lindsay had she actually published her book on Amazon in November 2020. And so in June 2022, I supported her in becoming a #1 bestseller. That's me contributing. And so when you go out there and you're featured and you get featured on interviews and podcasts and stuff as a #1 bestselling author, it makes a difference. So in the co-author book series, I give you an opportunity to become a #1 bestseller with us. And The Secret Child Life After Loss, I'm a co-author for that. And that was, I supported them in being #1 bestsellers. That's 18 of us becoming a #1 bestseller because I figured it out. And so I want to share that with you on, not all of it, on the VIP day, or how you can get access to that information in the mastermind. So I believe that is it. The Bank 50k in 50 days challenge, building your spiritual business. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's amazing. So my business is scheduled out for 7 years. Like literally, I shared with you as I've been recording in the 5-day YouTube from Scratch challenge. I've been told that that should be a $500 investment. I believe in offering 10 times the value. So as I write my book, I will leave book launch video playlist in the cards and in the description down below, and then in the pinned comments, you'll see all of the information. If you want to work with me, if you want to take this Bank 50k in 50 days challenge to the next level. Again, I'm the host of the #1 Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit, where I interview fellow spiritual YouTubers on their spiritual awakening story. And we have the spiritual alchemy giveaway and the spiritual ascension after show party, because it's necessary. There's more people that are awakened to their calling, their soul purpose, and what they're meant to do in the world. And that is definitely not being broke, being busy, or being burnt out. I love you. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I shall speak to you soon. Take care.